Hello, my loves. This is Chrissy, the medium. Welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to do a reading on Bryan Kohberger and where the location of his knife could possibly be. Okay, psychic visions are not facts, right? I just read energy, and I just pick up information of what happens, and I have to interpret it the best that I can, okay? Or it can be literal, right? Okay. So I got a picture of him. So I have a photo right here, a photo of him. So I'm gonna be looking at him and see where I can channel and see what I can pick up on him. Okay. So I feel that okay, I feel that he has this emotional attachment and connection to this knife. Okay, and that's the first thing I'm picking up. He's very emotionally connected to this. Um, and since I'm picking up on that, that's giving me an idea that I don't think he took this knife, in a very far secluded area, buried it where nobody's gonna find it, where he might even probably not know where it is, or you know what I mean? Like, he's too emotional. He's too emotionally attached to this knife to do something like that. Okay? And this is what I believe. It doesn't mean this is facts, right? This is just what I'm picking up on. So I think that the knife is somewhere that is easy access and close to him. Okay, because I feel that he wants to relive that moment. It's almost like the knife is a trophy. Okay, what do you want to do with the trophy? Do you want to bury it somewhere really far where nobody can see it? No, not really. And to him, it was the same. To him, I feel that I'm not going to get caught. So there is no point for me to bury it somewhere deep, 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 far away, where I have to drive hours and hours and hours to even get to it. I don't think that. Um, I think that he wanted it to be easy access. I think he wanted it to be a spot where he can just see it, relive it, and just remember everything. This was a fantasy for him, okay? He lived and he did what he wanted to do, okay? I do feel that. I feel that. Now they tell me the knife is in a hometown, okay? The hometown. So I'm going to assume Pennsylvania is his hometown, not unless I'm misinterpreting this. I don't think it's in Idaho. I think that it's in his hometown. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in his room. I don't know if they still have the house where he lived, where he had his old room and his room is still there. Um, if I had to pick a spot, I would say that it's there. Okay. I would say possibly. Okay. I'm not saying this is for sure. What I'm picking up on is possibly the knife could be in his room, as in his old room, kept somewhere, okay? So hidden somewhere in his old room, if that's still there. And if it's not, it could be somewhere near. So maybe somewhere near to that. maybe on the property or something like that. Um, I would go if I was the cops, I would go check. I would go check. I would go check possibly his parents' home and see if he has a room there. I don't know if he has a room there. I would go check in his room for this knife. Okay. Um, I see him put the knife in this box. I don't know if it's a shoe box or like a special wooden box. And you and you know what else? I don't know if this actually happened or this is just symbolic and that's just the way he thinks. I feel that he could have possibly cut himself a little bit with this knife to kind of get his blood on the knife, right? It's like I got everybody else's blood on it. I'm going to seal this experience, this fantasy with my blood on it. And I'm going to put it away in a spot where I can randomly just pick it up. So, that's my 5-year-old. You can hear it. She's upstairs. She's home from school because she was not feeling good. She had a fever. So, um, sorry about that, guys. Um, but like I was saying, I do feel that he had this emotional connection to it so much that he doesn't want to get rid of it. At least not for now. Like maybe down the line, maybe he would have buried it somewhere, right? But for now, because it's so recent, in his mind, he's not gonna get caught. So there is no rush for me to get rid of the knife, even though he should, right? Isn't that the smartest thing to do is to try to get rid of the knife, but not him. He was just so on this high that he, in his mind, he got away with it. He's not gonna get caught. I don't need to hide this. I want this to be close to me. I want to go back to it. I want to look at it. I want to relive it. I want to stare at it and just relive his fantasies all over again, over again, over again. It's what kept him going. And you know what? Oh, you know what else I'm picking up on? I I think this was the start of a serial killer. I do. I do. Because I'm picking up a feeling now that I'm channeling into him. I'm picking up a feeling of I want to do it again. That was exciting. When can we do it again? I want to do it again. This is fun. This is amazing. I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I pulled this off. And it's like they're making me feel this like excitement inside that's like I want to do it again. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. When can I do this again? And he was fantasizing on doing it again. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was planning on how he would do it again with someone else. I wouldn't be surprised if there are notes, if there are recordings or anything that would show some sign of him trying to figure out how he can do it again. Um, to him, he was on like an ecstasy, right? He was trying to figure out how soon he can start again. Yeah, I think that if the police didn't catch him then there would have been another victim. He wasn't gonna stop. He was not gonna stop. He already got that taste. To him, he was obsessing over it. And because he was obsessing over it, he's not going to, I can be wrong, right? But I don't think he's going to get rid of that knife. He wasn't going to get rid of that knife. He was too obsessed with what had just happened. He was obsessing over it. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't, and nothing. He was obsessing over it, and he constantly was thinking about it, looking at the knife, obsessing over it. When can I do this again? When can I do this again? To him, he committed this perfect crime, and he's like, I'm going to get away with it again. In his head, I think he was gone. He was delusional. He is gone. To him, it's like, I did it. I have this trophy, my accomplishments. I want to do it again. I do believe that they caught the right guy. I do think that this is him. They tell me it's him. I do think that he acted alone for the most part. I think that he did act it alone. Um, when I first initially started channeling this case back in November, um, I didn't see two guys. I didn't see two guys. I didn't see two guys. I saw one. So I don't, if there is another one, then I don't think that he went inside the house and committed the crimes. I think that this was him. And he wanted it that way because that's how I feel. I feel like he wanted it that way. He wanted it to be him only because he wanted to be proud of that. I did this. Not me and him. It's like, I did this. I did this. I planned this. He doesn't want to give credit to nobody else. And if he said the word, did you arrest anyone else? I think it's probably because he just wants to throw the police off and he's playing mind games, okay? This is what he does. In his head, he plays chess. He's playing mind games. I don't think that there's anybody else involved. And if they were not in the house. They were outside, or they were just someone he trusted with this information and it was helping him out. But I don't think that there was in there and there was two of them committing two crimes in two different rooms and whatever. Like I don't they showed me one. They showed me him going up the stairs. They showed me the girls first. I don't know if they were targeted first. It could have been Zaina and Ethan. But I mean, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, it does feel like the girls were first and then he went downstairs. But I could be wrong. To me, it just feels like it's almost one of those things that he went to the girls because that was his target. And I said this in my reading. Kaylee was the target, okay? He knew where the rooms were, so he went straight there. What happened is that there was noise, there was things that were going on, obviously, and I think Ethan went and checked. He heard something. He heard something. I feel like he was probably a light sleeper or he was kind of awake already and he heard something and he got up. Zaina noticed that he was missing and she also heard commotion, so she went to go check too as well. And so then that's how them two got involved. It was almost like collateral damage. But in my opinion, he went upstairs first. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but this is how I see it in my vision. I did felt that the two girls were in the same room. And I didn't see this before because I didn't I wasn't thinking about that. I was more concerned about who did this and what happened. I wasn't concerned about the details of, who was in whose room. But I did feel like the girls were together in the same room and that they were targeted first. They were targeted first. I feel like he's been there before. He's been in before either as a friend or he sneaked in just to kind of, get an idea of how the house is laid out, right? Um, or something. He was definitely tracking them, spying on them. I do feel that. But going back to the knife, okay, because that's really important right now. If I had to guess, I guess I would say the knife could be somewhere in Pennsylvania, in his hometown, either his hometown or his home state, possibly in his room, possibly in his room, somewhere in his room. If there's a room there, I don't know if he still has the same old room. If there is, I would say probably in there, or somewhere close to his home or something like that. Somewhere where there was easy access to, okay? Because he did not want to let go of this. Not yet. He did not want to let go. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, my loves. And until next time.